The sacred in-between, reclaiming life beyond productivity. Life happens in the in-betweens. This is a line I carry with me now like a gentle truth, a quiet reminder of what I once failed to see. For a long time, I measured life in milestones. I believed in a narrow version of success that revolved around visible output, measurable achievement, and career advancement. I thought that anything not directly feeding my ambition was simply a distraction, a waste of time. It sounds harsh now, but that was my reality. I had internalized a worldview where value was tied to productivity, and so I lived accordingly. The productivity trap. My days were structured around work. From the moment I woke up to the moment I went to bed, my thoughts revolved around how best to optimize time and effort. My meals were hurried. Gym sessions were squeezed in, not for joy or wellness, but as a transaction for better performance. Time outdoors was cut short. Conversations were subtly filtered. If they didn't hold professional value, they were brief. Even hobbies, which once brought me pleasure, became tinged with guilt. I couldn't shake the feeling that if I wasn't actively contributing to my future in a visible, quantifiable way, then I was somehow falling behind. I would rush through everything, routine activities, moments of rest, even enjoyment, just to get back to my work. At the time, I didn't see the problem. To me, I was being disciplined, focused, ambitious. I was doing what I thought I was supposed to do. But what I didn't realize was that I was draining the very well I needed to draw from in order to create, think, and grow. 2. The slow collapse. All that work, all that relentless forward motion eventually caught up with me. It didn't happen in one dramatic moment. It happened gradually, like a slow leak from a vessel I didn't realize was cracked. The constant pressure, compounded by a significant personal stressor, led me into a deep phase of burnout. It wasn't just tiredness, it was a kind of emptiness. The joy was gone. The drive that once propelled me felt mechanical. Even rest didn't feel restful. At first, I tried to push through. That's what I had always done. But I was moving on autopilot, detached from myself, unable to connect with the present. I had become a ghost in my own life. What's most dangerous about burnout isn't just the physical exhaustion, it's how it numbs you. It robs you of presence. And for someone who believed life was meant to be measured in achievement, this was terrifying. If I wasn't achieving, what was I? It took months for me to admit I needed to stop, to pause, to reflect. Hazard 3, the quiet realizations. In those quiet months that felt like a void, I began to observe what was left when everything else fell away. Without the adrenaline of deadlines, without the false comfort of constant activity, I was left with only the most ordinary moments. Making a bed, boiling water for tea, sweeping the floor, sitting in silence while sunlight spilled through the window. It was during these moments that something began to shift. I noticed how these small acts made me feel slightly more grounded, slightly more whole, and slowly I began to understand a truth I had long ignored. All the mundane things you do are what makes life worth living. These quiet rituals weren't distractions from life. They were life. They brought order to chaos. They created rhythm. They softened the edges of my fatigue. They were unassuming yet powerful reminders of what it meant to simply exist with intention. Tashrei V. Reframing the mundane. I had been so brainwashed by the system that I thought if something didn't help my career, then it was a waste of time. But I was wrong. The very things I dismissed, the morning stretch, the walk around the block, the act of organizing a drawer, helped me more than I realized. They helped me be more organized. They brought clarity to my mindset. They steadied my emotions. They didn't just support my life, they supported the quality of my work too. And yet, as I recognized this, I also understood something deeper. I don't want to do these things just because they make me more productive. I don't want to cater to the system in that way. I don't want to reduce life's quiet rituals into tools for better output. Instead, I want to do them because I get to, because they are a part of living well, because they matter to me. Why don't we do the mundane because we choose to? Because we want to? We are choosing to do something that betters our quality of life instead of twiddling our thumbs and scrolling on our phones. So in a way, even if the system has nothing to gain from us, we have everything to gain. This, I believe, is the real meaning of discipline. Not performing for the world, but showing up for yourself, consistently and kindly. V, the role of duty. Even now, I still believe in duty. Duty is important. It gives man his purpose. It provides structure, a sense of responsibility, a way to serve something greater than oneself. Whether that duty is toward family, society, or a profession, it matters. But I've also learned that duty should not come at the sacrifice of what it means to live. A life built solely on obligation, devoid of wonder or rest or joy, becomes mechanical. It forgets its own humanness. Nor should duty become so all-consuming that we lose the curiosity to explore. I've seen this happen. People so immersed in their field that when asked to recall anything else they've done recently, they draw a blank. No recent memory of art, travel, literature, laughter. Just work. It's a slow erosion of the self. And it happens more often than we admit. The identity becomes so entangled in performance that it forgets how to be. 5. A life beyond labels. I know now that I can never be satisfied by a singular purpose. While I am in the field of medicine and I am deeply committed to it, I would say the essence of my life lies in the exploration of my capabilities and all that this world has to offer. I am not just a professional. I am a learner, a wanderer, a creator. I want to explore language, philosophy, art, human connection, nature. I want to write, to make things with my hands, to have conversations that stretch my understanding of the world, and I believe that every person deserves that kind of fullness. We are not here just to perform. We are here to experience, to taste, to try, to rest, to grow in all directions.
Stasem.
Reclaiming the in-between. Life happens in the in-betweens. I return to this line again and again, not just because it's poetic, but because it's true. Life isn't only found in the milestones, the deadlines, or the moments where the spotlight shines. It's not just in the graduation, the job offer, the applause. It's in the quiet cup of coffee made without rush, the walk you take without a destination, the spontaneous laugh in the middle of a tiring day, the act of doing nothing and feeling at peace with it. These moments are not breaks from life. They are life. We often live as though we are rehearsing for some grand performance, as though the real thing is always somewhere up ahead, just out of reach. But the truth is, the real thing is right here, in this breath, in this pause, in this ordinary, sacred now. V8. The beauty in the ordinary. In the end, what I've come to believe is simple. In mundane, there is beauty, and in beauty, there is life. There is a quiet elegance in repetition. There is healing in rhythm. There is dignity in choosing a slower, fuller way of living. So take your time, look up from your screen, let the day unfold without rushing to the end of it. Find the grace in small things, because when you begin to pay attention to the in-betweens, you realize they were never empty at all. They were the very place where life was waiting for you.